Told you guys, new area. New area. What's up, fans? So, again, sorry this is a late video. Busy today, running around doing a bunch of things, but if you can tell, new area around me. This whole section here, it's gonna be all Dolphins section, so that stuff will be coming down later on. I'm gonna talk about press conference. We got our head coach, finally got our head coach. We had to deal with watching the Patriots in the most boring Super Bowl ever, the lowest viewed Super Bowl in 15 years. The whole state of Louisiana didn't watch the Super Bowl, but we finally got our head coach, had his press conference today. I'm gonna run down some of the things he said, my thoughts on it, my thoughts on the head coach. And I'm gonna get to one of your guys' comments on Twitter, and let's start this jam. First thing he said that I love is, in this game, you gotta be multiple. Teams will find your weakness and take advantage of it. I love that he said that. Adam Gase always went into games with one game plan, with one set strategy. If he threw a bubble screen once, he would throw it again right after. Even if they bid on it, even if they stopped it, he would keep doing the same things over and over again. And the fact that Flores is saying multiples, you gotta have multiple mindsets on defense and on offense. If they find something that you exploit, you have to change it. You have to pick it. You have to change it up. I love that he said that, because it seems like Adam Gase never did that. Once they found a weakness of ours, they exploited through the whole game. He didn't change it. The run game, the pass game, the run defense. And once they found that, they just kept feeding on it, kept beating it. And that's when those are the games we would lose by double-digit points. We would win by like single-digit points, but we would lose huge, and that's because he would just stick with his mindset. A lot of people asked him about tanking, and even in his interview process, he said that if they didn't have the same philosophy as him, don't hire me, because it would just be pointless to hire him if you didn't have the same philosophy. And he said that every week they're gonna go out there and play, and they're going to win. Now, that could be just the generic thing that a head coach says, just to, you know, come off as a team player. But honestly, I cannot see a team tanking, cannot see a team going out there and purposely losing. Are they rebuilding? Yes. Tanking? No. So no more talks of tanking, because they're not tanking. So I thought it was really funny that he said that the last time he was here, it wasn't a great memory, which was the Miami Miracle. The defense for the Patriots didn't play too great, and we also, you know, did the signature move, which ended up winning us the game. So I thought it was funny he brought that in there. I also like the fact that he said that if he needs help, he's going to lean on other people. He's not going to be stubborn. He's not going to stick to his ways. He's not going to be like a me person. He's going to talk to people in the organization and his coaching staff. There's a ton of people in this organization, and there's a ton of people that he hired that he can go to, talk to, get some advice, see what they say about the upcoming game, what they could do to do things differently. Really like that he said that. Also, really like that he said you're as strong as your weakest link. That was the one thing Adam Gase really never touched on, which is depth. We would, especially at the offense and defensive line, we had no depth. Once your starters get injured, that was it. And in the NFL, your starters get injured. It is what it is. At least one or two of your starters are going to be done for the year in the NFL. It is what it is. You have to have depth behind it to have that next guy step up and succeed. A lot of these players and a lot of these teams that made it to the playoffs, made it to the Super Bowl, had more injuries than the Dolphins, but they had the depth and they had the organization and they had the play calling and the schemes to do that. And the fact that he says you're as strong as your weakest link really makes me think that he knows what he's talking about. He also said, if you can get a group of young men to band together, trust each other, and practice at a high level, they will win a ball game. And that's the hardest thing, is to get these guys to work together, to get these guys to trust each other. A lot of times with this defense, things would fall apart because guys wouldn't be in the right area. So it's hard to trust a guy if you're not going to be in the right area. You're not going to be in your zone. You're not going to be playing man. You're not going to be in the right gap. So they got to band together. They got to trust each other. You can't be freelancing. And he knows that that's going to be hard to do, but I think he could do it. I really like what I'm hearing from Brian Flores. I'm liking how he's the complete 180 of Adam Gase, and now I can see why the Dolphins hired him. He has this way of talking. He has this way of leading. He has this way of just motivating that I really like. And I really like the way his defense played in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs. I know a lot of people are like, well, that's Belichick and all that stuff. He called it. He called those plays. Like, he won't get credit for it because he had to do it under Bill Belichick and he was the linebackers coach. There was no defensive coordinator on the Patriots, but it was him. So I'm really liking that. But in a nutshell, Brian Flores, so far I'm happy with what I'm hearing from him. So far I'm happy what I'm seeing from him. I'm liking his team aspect. The dude literally won the Super Bowl, got on a plane and came to Miami to do this presser, and came to Miami to do this, sign his contract and become a Miami Dolphin. So he is really dedicated to this team, and he is really dedicated to winning. Now, when it comes to his whole philosophy and stuff, in this press conference, they talked to Greer and they asked him about the Tannehill situation, because there was an article that came out about Ryan Tannehill being cut. The Dolphins are going to cut him. And then they asked him, did you get any phone calls? And Greer said, I have not got any phone calls about Ryan Tannehill, which we all know is most likely wrong, false. He probably got a ton of phone calls about Tannehill, but you can't do anything until free agency starts. I can't see Dolphins just cutting Tannehill, because someone is going to give something up for Ryan Tannehill. Like I've said before, the whole thing with Tannehill is, okay, you cut him and he's a free agent, right? You have these teams that need a backup or need at least somewhat of a starter to compete against each other, and they don't want to get into a bidding war. So they'll throw the Dolphins like a 5th or 6th round pick and then restructure his contract. That will be a clause in it. Tannehill would love to go somewhere else and get more years on his contract. He only got 2 years left. He wants that security. So they asked Greer about that, and he said no one called him, but we'll see about that. But it seems like Tannehill's gone. Flores is going to be starting from scratch. I'm excited to see what Flores has planned. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with his defense and just different ways of coaching. But comment below, let me know what you guys think about Brian Flores so far. You know, he hasn't coached anything. We've seen him and his defense coaching, but we haven't seen him coach the Dolphins. We haven't seen him sign anyone. We haven't seen any of that stuff. But let me know what you guys think so far about him, about what he said, about his press conference, about all that stuff. And I'm gonna get to one of you guys' comments right now. This one comes from JM03, and he asks me, question for your video on Brian Flores. What's the pros and cons, and are you worried about all the Belichick coaches fail stigma? I'm gonna elaborate more on this probably in another video, but the pros I can see as of right now is I love his team aspect of it. I love his philosophy. I love his plan with this team. The cons, he's never even been a coordinator. So he's going from a linebackers coach to the head coach. Now, we don't know exactly how much of the defensive play calling all year was him and how much of it was Belichick. We don't know that much, so I could say that's the con. But his pros are his philosophy, the fact that he's been a scout, the fact that he knows the players he wants, the fact that he knows the philosophy and the team he wants to put together because he's been part of them. So those are the pros, but the cons are, I guess, the experience, and we don't know yet. So it's the unknowing is the cons for him. But in a whole, I really, so far so good with him. But again, we don't know where this is going. So we'll see. But I'm going to be making a video about the quarterback situation. I'm going to be breaking down the team needs. So that video will probably come out tomorrow or Wednesday. But I'm going to be making a video about team needs and about what this team needs in each position and what positions the Dolphins don't need to focus on. But yeah, that's the video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. As soon as news and notes comes out, I tweet them out, I retweet them with comments. A lot of you guys talk to me, ask me questions. I tweet out the answers, I retweet the comment in with that. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Be sure to go check out the Bit Boys. We started playing Resident Evil. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna tag the Resident Evil episode at the end of this video. So if you wanna check it out, it'll be at the end of this video. Be sure to go over there, check out the Bit Boys, give this video a thumbs up. We finally got our head coach. I like his philosophy. I like what he has to say. I like his mentality on the team and moving forward. Give this video a thumbs up because this is it. We're moving forward. We finally can rest with the past. We have our head coach. Let's see where we go. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I got so many videos planned for you guys. This wall is going to be completely different behind me. I got so many things planned. I'm finally moved in so I can finally start focusing on things. So subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But like usual, guys, stay classy. I will see you guys soon. fins up.